Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the following scenario. You create something incredible. It could be a technology, a brand, a formula, or even a business idea. You invest time, energy, resources, and suddenly someone copies it. They start selling, winning customers, even attracting investors while you are left behind. That is the brutal reality of those who do not understand the value of intellectual property. But there is another side to the story. Imagine that very same idea is protected. No one can copy it without your permission. Better yet, companies around the world are forced to pay you to use what you created. It is like turning your mind into a machine that generates predictable, continuous, and protected income. This is exactly what the biggest companies and the smartest investors do every day. And today, you are going to learn how you can benefit from these structures. Many investors make the same mistake. They evaluate a company only by what they can touch. They look at factories, buildings, inventories, cash flow. But the real giants do not play that game. They know that what truly sustains value lies in the intangible, the invisible that no one can copy without permission. More than 80% of the market value of the S&P 500 today is tied to intangible assets. That means if you remove patents, trademarks, and intellectual property from these companies, they lose almost everything that makes them unique. Take Apple as an example. What is really worth billions? The buildings in Cupertino? The outsourced factories? Of course not. What is worth billions is the Apple brand, the patented designs, the exclusive operating system, and the closed ecosystem that keeps customers loyal. While common investors look at the visible, the true strategists look at the invisible. To understand how to benefit, you need to know the tools. There are 4 major pillars of intellectual property. Patents are like legal swords. They guarantee exclusivity over inventions, products, or processes. Companies in biotech, pharmaceuticals, and technology survive and thrive on patents. A single protected drug can generate billions in royalties. Trademarks represent identity. They are the face of a company in the world. The name Nike, the Apple logo, or Coca-Cola's red can are not just symbols. They are emotional fortresses that protect market share. Copyrights protect intellectual and creative works, music, books, videos, software, audiovisual works. Disney is a classic case. Every time Mickey appears in a movie, a piece of clothing, or a licensed product, revenue is guaranteed. Trade secrets are the formulas and processes that are never revealed. Coca-Cola's recipe, Google's secret algorithm, or the way certain companies optimize their logistics. Secrets can sometimes be more valuable than patents. If a company masters all 4 pillars at once, it becomes almost untouchable. Now, how can investors actually profit from intellectual property? There are 3 main ways. First, by investing in companies with strong IP portfolios. The more protected against copies, the greater the margins, customer loyalty, and long-term growth. These companies tend to appreciate faster. Second, by creating your own IP assets. If you are an entrepreneur investor, registering a patent or a trademark is not bureaucracy. It is building the walls around your castle. Intellectual property creates barriers that stop competitors from stealing your market. Third, by monetizing intellectual property. You can generate revenue without even producing. Just license, franchise, or sell the rights. Microsoft is the classic case. It turned software into a perpetual royalty machine. Think about it. Would you rather be just another player on the field, or the owner of the ball, the stadium, and the rules of the game? If this lesson is already opening your mind to new opportunities, take a quick moment now. Subscribe to Investor School. Every video here is a map to help you think and act like the greatest investors. Let us look at some real cases of fortunes built on intellectual property. Warren Buffett and Coca-Cola. Buffett never invested in just a sugary drink. What he really bought was the power of the world's most recognized trademark. That intangible asset guaranteed decades of loyalty and high margins, making Coca-Cola one of the most profitable investments in Berkshire Hathaway's history. Microsoft and software licensing. Bill Gates never sold code. He licensed it. Every computer sold meant another payment. That strategic choice turned software into a perpetual income asset and made Microsoft one of the most valuable companies in the world. Biotech startups and patents. Many of these companies have no immediate profits, but they own patents that are worth billions. Investors who understand this know they are not buying a company with no revenue. but rather an exclusive ticket to the future. So, how do you protect yourself and position yourself as an investor? Here are 4 practical steps. 1. Evaluate IP portfolios before investing. Do not just look at financial statements. Analyze the number of patents, the strength of trademarks, and the history of legal protection. 2. Protect your own intellectual property. If you are building something, do not leave ideas unprotected. A registered trademark or patent can end up being worth more than your company's current revenue. 3. Diversify with intangible assets. Think beyond real estate and stocks. Sometimes investing in brands and licenses can bring more security and returns. 4. Use IP as a bargaining chip. Smart startups often trade patent licenses for capital, partnerships, or access to new markets. Intellectual property becomes negotiation power. Most investors still focus only on the tangible: buildings, inventories, machines. But true visionaries learn to see what cannot be touched: protected ideas, registered brands, trade secrets, strategic patents. Those who master this game are not just investors, they are controllers. They set the rules. They build empires that survive crises, competition, and time itself. That is what separates ordinary investors from the real architects of wealth. Now that you understand the power of intellectual property structures, the question is, will you keep looking only at what you can touch, or will you start seeing the invisible that actually creates wealth? The next time you analyze a company, a startup, or even your own business, ask this essential question: what here is protected? What is exclusive? What can no one copy? That is the key that will transform the way you see investments. If this content made sense to you, and you want to keep learning the secrets that great investors use to build fortunes, do not forget: subscribe to Investor School and turn on notifications. The next video might be the step that changes not only your vision of investing, but your entire financial future.